Today, I want to talk about one of the most exciting and practical updates in Canadian immigration: category-based selection draws in the express entry system, and how these, along with express entry aligned provincial nominee programs, are making the immigration process easier, faster, and more accessible for many skilled workers around the world. Now, before we begin this video, a little introduction. Hi, everyone. If you're new to my channel, my name is Shivani, and I'm a licensed immigration consultant from Waterloo, Ontario, and I'm also the founder of Zest Immigration Services Incorporation. This channel is all about Canada immigration and languages. So if you're interested in these topics, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already, and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified every single time I post a new video. Let's break this down in a simple and clear way. First, let's understand what we mean by category-based selection. In the past, express entry invitations were mainly based on your CRS scores. That's a point system based on your age, education, work experience, language ability, and a few other factors. If your CRS score was high, you had a better chance of getting an ITA. But now, with category-based selection, Canada has introduced a more targeted way to invite candidates who have specific skills or work experience in areas that are high in demand in the country. This means that instead of competing purely on CRS score, candidates who meet certain criteria like having work experience in healthcare, STEM occupations, trades, transport, agriculture, or strong French skills may get invited even if their CRS is not very high. And that's a game changer. Let me give you a few examples to make it clearer. Let's say you're a nurse from India or Philippines. Earlier, you might have struggled to get into the top CRS bracket unless you had Canadian education or work experience. But now, because healthcare workers are in such high demand in Canada, you can get invited through a category-based draw specifically for healthcare professionals. Similarly, let's say you are a software developer or data analyst. With the demand for STEM talent, you now have a better chance to get selected even if your CRS is not extremely high because you fall into the STEM category. So instead of just relying on high scores, Canada is now also valuing your occupation and skills in a more targeted way. Now let's talk about the Express Entry Aligned Provincial Nominee Programs, or PNPs. These programs allow individual provinces to nominate candidates who match their local labor needs. What's great is that many provinces are now aligning their PNP streams with the federal category-based priorities. This means provinces are also looking for healthcare workers, tech workers, tradespeople, and French speakers. Let's say you apply to Ontario's Human Capital Priority Stream. If you're a tech worker or have experience in priority occupation, Ontario may nominate you even if your CRS score is not very high. Once you get a provincial nomination, you automatically get 600 additional points, which almost guarantees an invitation in the next express entry draw. This is what makes the system more accessible. You don't necessarily have to be perfect on paper. You just need to have the right kind of experience and skills. So why is this better? Let's go over a few reasons. Number one, it's more inclusive. Category-based draws allow people with mid-range CRS scores to get selected if they are in high-demand occupations. Number two, it reflects real labor market needs. Instead of just picking the top scorers, Canada is now choosing people who are actually needed in the workforce, like nurses, truck drivers, electricians, and French speakers, and even software developers. Number three, it gives more people a fair shot. Let's face it, not everyone can get perfect CRS. Maybe you're a bit older, maybe you didn't study in Canada, maybe you're still learning English or French, but if you have valuable work experience, these category draws gives you a second chance. Number four, it helps Canada grow in the right direction. The strategy helps fill gaps in healthcare, tech, and trades, and even agriculture, which are all vital to the country's economy. Number five, it complements the PNPs. So when provinces and the federal government both focus on the same priority areas, it increases your opportunities to qualify through multiple pathways. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I qualify for category-based draw? Great question. The best way is to look at the official list of targeted categories, which currently includes healthcare and social services occupations, STEM occupations, skilled trade occupations, agriculture and agri-food occupations, French language proficiency, and education occupations. If your work experience falls into one of these categories and you meet the basic eligibility requirements for express entry, then you have a real shot even if your CRS is under 500. Let me give you an example. So say for example your CRS is 465. In the past that might not have been enough, especially when general draws were going above 480 or even 500. But if you are a truck driver or a nurse or a doctor, Canada does a targeted draw for your category and you might get selected even with a little lower CRS. Now add that to the option of applying to a PNP. If a province like British Columbia, Ontario or Alberta is running a tech or healthcare draw, they might invite you and then you can get an extra 600 CRS points. Now suddenly your CRS jumps from 465 to 1065 and you're almost guaranteed to receive an invitation to apply in the next federal draw. This is why it's so important to understand both systems, category-based draws and the express entry aligned provincial nominee programs, and more importantly, to align your profile with what Canada is looking for. Let me share a few tips for that. Keep your profile updated. Make sure your work experience is clearly listed and matches the NOC codes for high demand occupations. Get your language scores up. Even a small improvement in IELTS or TEF or CELPIP or TCF, whatever you're taking, makes a huge difference. Consider learning French. If you can speak French, you may qualify for the French proficiency category, which is wide open and has way low competition. Look at provincial programs regularly. They change often and some are very fast moving. Don't ignore smaller provinces. Provinces like PEI, New Brunswick, or even Saskatchewan often have more flexible requirements and less competition. Let's wrap this up with a key message. If you have been feeling discouraged about express entry because your CRS score isn't very high, don't give up. The new category-based draws and express entry aligned provincial nominee programs are designed to give more people a realistic and fair chance to immigrate to Canada. You just have to match your experience with the Canada's needs and you'll find the doors are opening wider than before. If you work in a completely different occupation, don't worry, learn French. Canada still needs skilled workers. And if you are in the right field or if you speak French, there are more ways than ever to make your Canadian dream come true. Thank you so much for tuning in today. See you guys next time in the next video. And yes, if you need any immigration related help, feel free to contact us at www.sascanada.ca or simply go to the description box of this video where you'll find the link to book a consultation with me, and also visit our official website www.sascanada.ca to see what we offer, like our services and fees and everything. Wish you guys all the very best for your future. See you guys next time in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.